Inside the classroom, a student with a buzz cut squares up, laughing maniacally. He launches a flying kick straight at Landon, proudly asking for his master's opinion on the move. Landon catches the kick effortlessly with one hand, calmly critiquing the student's form. Suddenly, another student points towards the doorway, calling out to get someone's attention. Lin Si has arrived, and her presence immediately shifts the atmosphere. Landon's gaze snaps towards her, his expression turning serious. The campus idol, Lin Si, arrives at Landon's classroom, asking for him by name. Her presence immediately stuns the other students, who whisper in awe and jealousy. Landon himself is completely spaced out, caught off guard by her sudden appearance. His friend snaps him out of it, urging him to go talk to her. Landon nervously walks out to meet Lin Si in the hallway. She gets straight to the point, asking if he's free for the night. She then presents a business card, explaining that her father wants to thank him in person for a past event. The card reveals her father's powerful position as a commander in the Eastern Theater Command. Landon reads a note bearing the name Lin Zhenbong of the Eastern Theater Command. His eyes widen in shock as he realizes who this person is. He recalls that Lin Zhenbong was the youngest major general and a prominent leader among the young officers. However, due to a past incident, Lin Zhenbong withdrew from his high-ranking position. Back in the present, Landon hands a note to Lin Si, declaring that eliminating evil is his duty. He asks her to deliver a message to General Lin. As Lin Si turns to leave, Landon tells her to let the general know there's no need to worry. Landon watches her go, his expression filled with grim determination. A student eagerly questions Jiang Shan about his conversation with Lin Si. He bluntly tells him that Lin Si's dad wants him as a son-in-law. The student scoffs, accusing him of bragging.
Suddenly, another student interrupts them. He informs Landon that the principal wants to see him in his office immediately. A blonde-haired man with glasses smirks from a distance. The scene shifts to the principal's office, where the principal is yelling. He slams his hand on the desk, shouting at Jiang Shan. The principal warns him that if Han Chong dies, Landon will be a murderer. Landon smirks, questioning the diagnosis of a skull fracture. The principal furiously slams the freshly printed hospital report on his desk, shouting at Landon for questioning it. Reading the report, Landon realizes he's being framed. He thinks to himself, "I didn't even touch his head yesterday, it must be Yang Tianli's doing." As the principal screams for an answer, Landon's demeanor darkens. He menacingly suggests visiting the student, Han Chong, in the hospital himself. Landon looms over the principal's desk, his red eyes glowing with intensity. He wants to determine whether the injury was his mistake or the principal's oversight. Leaning in close, Landon delivers a chilling warning, advising the principal not to get involved. He plants a seed of doubt, asking how the principal can be so sure Yang Tianli's father can cover this up. An enraged teacher points at the student, shouting in disbelief. He's stunned by the student's sharp retort. The student turns his back and storms out of the office, slamming the door behind him. His crimson eyes burn with cold determination. In the hallway, 2 police officers immediately apprehend him. They inform Landon that he is a suspect in an intentional injury case and must come with them. As he's being led away, Class President Yang watches with a smug expression. Yang taunts him, "Playing games with me? Are you sure you can afford it?" "Farewell, Landon," he says, confident in his victory. Landon stops and turns, a chilling smirk on his face. "Don't rush, Class President Yang," he warns.
The show is just beginning. Landon sits calmly in a police interrogation room. An officer slams a report on the table, yelling that someone named Han Chung has 3 broken ribs. He furiously demands Landon confess to attempting to kill a classmate. Unfazed, Landon tells the officer to check the transfer records on Han Chung's phone instead. The officer shouts that Landon is the one being interrogated. Landon's eyes glow a menacing red. He calmly states that he won't say anything else until his lawyer arrives. As the officer sputters in disbelief, Landon points out that since there's no arrest warrant, the surveillance must be off. Landon calmly dismantles the officer's interrogation, pointing out every single procedural error they've made. The 2 officers are stunned by his knowledge, whispering to each other about his mysterious background. Unfazed, Landon demands to see their superior, expecting someone who will at least follow the rules. A voice from the doorway mocks the very idea of rules, and the officers snap to attention. Police Chief Dong Li enters with a smug grin, making it clear that rules are irrelevant here. He ominously warns Landon that he's simply messed with the wrong person. In an interrogation room, a smirking officer slides a confession statement across the table. He pressures a young man, Landon, to sign it, offering a reduced sentence as an incentive. Landon remains silent, his arms crossed and his crimson-tinged eyes filled with contempt. Suddenly, Landon lets out a short, derisive laugh. A menacing red aura envelops him as a sinister grin spreads across his face. Landon begins to taunt the officer, accurately guessing he's just a deputy chief trying to curry favor with his superiors. The deputy chief's face contorts with shock and rage at being exposed. Unfazed, Landon continues his psychological attack, mocking the man's ambition. He warns the deputy chief that his corrupt climb will end in a spectacular fall.
Furious, the officer slams his fist on the table, desperately trying to shut Landon up. The chief explodes in rage, grabbing Landon by his shirt. Despite the man's fury, Landon remains completely calm, a slight smirk on his face. Just as the chief threatens him, a subordinate rushes in with an urgent message. There's a call for the chief, and it's from the theater command headquarters. The chief's anger instantly turns to shock and disbelief. Landon, now sitting with his arms crossed, coolly tells the chief to take the call, promising he'll wait. Sweat pours down the chief's face as he panics. A dreadful realization begins to dawn on him. The call from the highest authority might be about the very kid he's threatening. In an interrogation room, Landon faces two officers with a defiant smirk. He responds to their questioning with a simple, challenging, "What?" His expression darkens into a menacing glare as he leans forward, turning their own interrogation back on them.